This video is a product review of Onlyfire's charcoal basket. It's made for the Weber Kettle. So I'm pretty excited that they reached out to me and asked if I could do a product review on it. I said sure. They sent it to me. So here it is. I'm going to test it out and I'm going to give you my honest thoughts on it. So let's take a look at it. Right out of the basket, out of the plastic, this is what you get. So it's stainless steel. As you can see, you got your circular holes right there so the charcoal ashes can fall right through, so they won't build up and cause your heat to extinguish. Feels pretty good. What do you think about that? I think it looks good. So I'm gonna put it in my Weber Kettle. Let's put it to the test. It's gonna fit right there. Yeah. What do y'all think? All right, I'm gonna get me some charcoal briquettes. And the way I'm gonna do it, now you can do it many ways to get your basket going. You can just go ahead and add all your charcoal in there and then get you about 8 to 10 briquettes, put it in a chimney starter, and then go ahead and light that up. And then when it's ready, just pour it at the end right here, and then it'll come this direction. So if you want to go for those long cooks, you know, put it to the side right there, or whichever side, but as long as it's on that side. Or if you're going to do hot and fast, and just pile up, you know, in the charcoal chimney, lit it all up and pour the briquettes all in there. Or you can go and just put your briquettes all in the basket, and then you put your Weber cube or Weber starter or any starter, and just at the side right there, and then light it up and then let it catch like that. And that's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to be using the Cowboy brand hardwood briquettes, all natural. You want to make sure that you don't want to fill them up too much, because you still got to get your cooking grade on. So just make sure that it will sit level, and if it doesn't, then you can just move the briquettes or your lump around to make sure that the cooking grate sits properly. So for right now, I'm going to set these to the side just in case I can still use them. But yeah, that's what it looks like right there. And then Weber cube that I always use. So I'm just gonna kind of just get it about right there. Light it up. But you don't have to do it this way. There are many ways you can do it. You can go ahead and have it just like this, and then take some out from right there, pile, put it in the charcoal chimney, light it up, and then pour it there if you want to do it that way. Or, you know, if you don't have, or if you have plenty of time like I do on my hands right now, you can light it up like this and let it take its time to get light up. So that's the way I'm going. That's my route. It's always like that. So I'm gonna let it go and then bring it back when it's ready. All right, so that's what we got right there. See, right there in the corner, right there in the side. That's what I like right there. You see, it's hot right there. So eventually it's gonna travel through, get the whole rest of the charcoals lit. You can tell right there, you see that clip right there, have that clip right there. There's another clip. Those clips are right there for another Weber Kettle accessory that I do use whenever I smoke. So it raises up the charcoal, the cooking grate up almost up to right there. So it raises it up higher. So instead of me placing the grate normally where it goes right there, you see right there, that's where the grate would normally sit on. I'm gonna keep those clips there, and then just like that. So, which means that it's raised it up higher. You see that? So if I wanted to, I could add even more briquettes. So I'm gonna add the rest of those onto it, and then we're gonna get to cooking. Just like that. So open it up just a bit just to get some air in there, because I'm gonna try to shoot for 225. Let's see if I can get it going at 225, and then once about maybe say an hour or two of cooking, which I'm gonna be cooking spare ribs. So maybe I'll boost it up maybe to 250 and see if it can hold temps. We'll see if it goes up, goes down, if it's hard to, keep temperature because of the charcoal basket. But this is what it is, product review. So let me see what temp the cooking grate's at, and then we'll continue on. It's slowly coming up to temp. It's at 199 now. This is where I got the top vent at. So when I don't have it too open, and then bottom vent. So if I need to, I'm gonna cut back up top first before I do the bottom vent, if I do need to adjust it, if I can't stay at 225. It's getting to 225, we're at 223, so it's been steadily going up, which I like. So put that back. Let me give it a good clean. Just like that. There are the pork ribs. Yeah. Like that. Just like that. Let's get a closer view. So that's what it looks like right now. Yeah. Looks good. All right. So close it up, and then let's get to cooking. I'll pop back up and check it out after 1 hour and see what the brisket looks like. So here we go. The previous clip that you saw, whenever I put the pork ribs on, leaving the lid open for as long as I did, so obviously all that oxygen, the air got to the basket, so now it's raising up the temp. It's going up to 41. So I did close down top vent a bit, so if I need to, I'll close it down just a tad bit more, and then go from the bottom vent, see if we can get that temp back to 225. The temp went all the way up to 248, but now it's dropping ever since I mentioned that I adjusted the vent up top to close it down a bit more. So now it's slowly going down, so cutting off that oxygen to it. So I like it that it's responding and temp's going down. That's good. All right, it's been going from 243 to 241, so I'm gonna adjust the top just a bit more. About right there. Now if that doesn't lower it, then I'm gonna adjust the bottom vent. So I know, you know, I wanted to get it down to that 225 just to see how well it performs at that number, and then, you know, raise it up to 250. So, you know, still going at it. It's been about 25 minutes into the cook, so there's still time to adjust. You know, it's just the way it is, you know, when you're barbecuing. I adjusted the bottom vent, so it dropped down from 241 to 232, and it's dropping down. So I like that. I don't know if you're gonna get, there it is, but that's how much I have it open in the bottom. And that's been working right there. Yeah. So it's going down 230. So once I get to 225 and it goes below 225, I'll open up the top vent just a bit and leave the bottom vent alone. But yeah, I like the response to it. It's dropped down to 223. So I decided to just adjust the bottom vent just a bit. To open it up just a little bit. Let's see if that'll work, and then we'll go from there. All right, so we're sitting at 225. So just in the bottom, I got it up to 223, then it goes 225. So it's been just sitting at that. So I like it a lot. I haven't adjusted anything up top here, so that's just been the same. But let's take a look. It's gonna be an hour. So let's see what the charcoal briquettes look like. There it is. This is after an hour. So what do you think? Is that pretty good? There's the ribs right there. But after an hour of cooking time, that's what you got right there. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. You tell it's smoking right there, so it's already traveling underneath. But I'm gonna close it up and let it keep going, because if I keep it open, then it's gonna give it the oxygen that it needs to, you know, get up going, the temp, get up high temps. But you know, I don't want that, so I'm just gonna close it up. And yeah, but so far I've liked it. It's done well, adjusting to lowering it, doing both vents. So, and that's what you want, you know, when you're using accessory like that. You know, you want it to respond to the Weber Kettle. And you know, the briquettes that you also use to, we also factor into how well that accessory is going to work. So overall, you know, it's been going good. And let's see if it continue on. All right, 226. So for the last hour, it's been sitting low, which I'm happy about. So let's check it out. There it is. Looking pretty good, don't you think? That side's still not lit yet. Just spray it down. It's getting dry, it's getting dry. Let's get it wet, let's get it wet. Yeah. But what do you think so far? Got this side pretty good right there. But yeah, I'm gonna close it up. You see, it's already lighting up. It's smoking. Third hour is done. Like I mentioned before, I was gonna take it up to 250 after the 2 hour mark. So sitting at 255, it would go to 250 and up. So it's been pretty good, just holding steady. Let's check it out, see what it looks like. Oh yeah. But first, getting dark. Yeah. But look at that so far, after 3 hours. What do you think? You better look. That's after 3 hours. So not halfway yet, but so far that's good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna wrap them and let go for a little bit more, and enjoy this weather I'm getting right now of sprinkling rain. So let's continue on. Sitting at 253, and it's been about 4.5 hours, and it's just been dialed in at this number right here. Right now the ribs are still wrapped, but they just been dialed in. So, you know, you come across a point whenever you're smoking, cooking, and you're not removing the lid, it's gonna stay at a temp that you set it on. So it's doing pretty well right now, that basket and the briquettes holding steady right now. So 2 hours have passed. The ribs have been wrapped in foil. So let's check them out. So right here, what you're looking at right here is a total of 5 hours. 5 hours cooking time right here. So this is what you got left of the briquettes of cooking time. What do you think? You still got this part right here still charcoal. This part right here still hasn't been lit yet. So that's pretty good after 5 hours, right? Makes me wonder how long I can take this basket right here full of charcoal to. How many hours? But so far that's good. I'm gonna unwrap the rib, place it back on the cooking grate, and then let it firm up, and then put that Texas pepper jelly on, and then we'll see what the charcoal basket looks like afterwards. It's sitting at 259. So we are 6 hours in. So let's check out the charcoal basket. What do you think? After 6 hours, does it look good? How long do you think it could go? Another 6? It's the ribs right there. Delicious. Yeah. So what do you think? After 6 hours? And that. Yeah. I'm gonna close it up. All right. So this is my thoughts on this charcoal basket right here for 22-inch Weber Kettle, and also for 26-inch Weber Kettle, or any other type of kettle that you have. I think it did a real good job. It really did. And yeah, you know, the type of charcoal briquettes you use or lump that you use also factors in the cook and the basket. And these Cowboys brand briquettes, they did awesome. I mean, you just saw how much is left of the briquettes. The overall for the basket, like even the holes in the bottom underneath where the ashes will come through, I mean, there was no smothering of the coals or anything like that, you know, where ash built up. So that was good. It helped, you know, the charcoal basket and the briquettes get to the temp that I wanted it, or around it. If it did go up, I would just adjust from the bottom of the vent, and it would get down to where I wanted it at, and it would stay there. And if it did go up, it'd go back down. But you know, that's what happens when charcoal or lump start igniting, you know, because it's gonna burn throughout that whole basket. So, you know, that did happen, but I mean, I didn't have no issues at all really like controlling the temperature of this kettle. I wanted it at 225 in the beginning, and then I got it at 250 around there, you know. And No issues at all. I mean, it's a good size to hold a lot of charcoal briquettes or lump. I mean, like I said, depending on what type brand you use, you can go for hours and hours. I mean, that you just saw right there, that was 6 hours altogether. So that's impressive right there. So I believe probably went for another 6 hours before it would all go out, maybe. But you know, I like that a lot. For me personally, I like to smoke a lot. So that right there is thumbs up for me. I really like that because now I know that I can use that to do longer cooks. And you know, the Weber Kettle itself is just an awesome grill. So add that accessory to it and that's phenomenal right there. It's well built. I mean, not flimsy. I mean, you can't bend it. You know, that's awesome right there. It does not look cheap at all. I mean, just overall, I'm impressed with it. I really am, and I'm happy that Onlyfire sent me this charcoal basket because I did for the 6 hours. I did enjoy using it, and compared to other accessories that I have used with this kettle, I did run into issues controlling temp with those accessories, but with this one, nothing. It was real good. So for me personally, I give it a thumbs up. It's going to be used a lot in my kettle. I'm going to be doing a lot more cooks with it because I do want to see how long it can last with the full basket of charcoal briquettes. You know, there's different brands out there that you can try and see how well it goes, how long it lasts, but also too, you can also sear with it and you grill with it. So those right there, if you're interested, that's right there. That's something that you can do also with this charcoal basket. It's a lot of things you can do, and that's what makes it awesome. So, but overall, if you really like what you saw, go out and get it. For me, like I said, I'm going to be using it. I did like it, so I think it's going to be a great accessory for me to use. I'm really impressed with it, and like I said, happy that Onlyfire sent it to me, and you know, I reviewed it, and this is, you know, I got out of it something that looks good, especially with those ribs. So if you want to stick around at the end, I will show you what the ribs look like so you can see how they turned out cooking with that charcoal basket. And also, I'm going to shut down both vents to the Weber Kettle, and then we're going to see how much of that charcoal briquettes is left. So, as always, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for watching. And smoke on, everyone. All right, let's check out the charcoal. All right, let's remove cooking grate. So this is after 6 hours. Yep. 6 hours. And there's some ash right there, so if that's the case, there's probably some ash hooked up in there. You see, fell down, so it does collect in the basket. But even with that, it didn't really have an issue with me, and you know, getting the temps up to where I wanted it at. So yeah, after 6 hours.